graduates and guests, may we have your attention, please? Convocation is about to begin. If you have a mobile device or pager with you, please turn it off or silence it during the ceremony. Thank you for your attention and congratulations. If able, please rise.
We wish to acknowledge this land on which the University of Toronto operates. For thousands of years, it has been the traditional land of the Wendat Nation, the Seneca, and the Mississaugas of the Credit. Today, this meeting place is still the home to many Indigenous people from across Turtle Island, and we're grateful to have the opportunity to work on this land. We're also grateful to have the opportunity to celebrate the achievements of our scholars who graduate today. On their behalf, let us express gratitude for the support of their families and friends, and for the faculty and staff who have guided them in their pursuit of knowledge. Whatever our own traditions, let us reflect as we proceed through the convocation ceremony on the many years of effort, sacrifice, and success that have brought us to this time of celebration. One of my most important roles as Chancellor is to serve as chair of convocation ceremonies, conferring degrees upon our graduates, and celebrating their entry into the University of Toronto's distinguished alumni community, and I'm deeply honored to do so today. In Concilium Universitatis Torontoensis Vocatisumus. Graduates, please remain standing. All guests, please be seated.
Insignissime cancelaria, presento tibi hosce scholaris, ut admentator ad gradus varios, testerque eos quod omnia quae, statuta requirin aptos et idonios esse.
Ad perfectum hues provinciae, huesque magnae patriae, et ad perfectum omnium notionum omnibus interis canentatum ego, ex autoritate mihi et toti universitate commissa admitto fas ad gratus varios, quorum ora vobis do et petro quoque ut omnia conficiatis munera quae ad illos gratus pertinent.
Please be seated. My name is Melanie Wooden, and it's my great privilege to serve as the 17th President of the University of Toronto. Today, I have the additional privilege of assisting Chancellor Wes Hall in conducting this convocation. The university is an institution with deep historical roots and many enduring traditions. Among those is our use of the language of the medieval university in today's wonderful celebration. For those of you in attendance who, like me, may be less than fluent in Latin, a translation may be helpful. For my part, I said, "Most distinguished Chancellor, I present to you these scholars, that they may be admitted to the various degrees. And I bear witness that, as far as all things which the statutes require, they are fit and suitable." Much more significantly from the standpoint of the graduating class, the Chancellor then replied, "To the benefit of this province, this great country, and to the worldwide community of nations, I, by the authority vested in me and in the whole university, admit you to your various degrees, grant to you the rights, and ask of you the responsibilities of doing all those things which pertain to those degrees." And so, as my first order of business, I am delighted to salute you, the graduating classes of 2026 from the School of Graduate Studies and the Rotman School of Management. That's it. You're done. Warmest congratulations. I would also like to bid a very warm welcome to everyone who has joined us here this morning in historic Convocation Hall. Graduates, today the University of Toronto is formally recognizing your hard work, your perseverance, your accomplishments, and this milestone. Each of you, as a member of the graduating class, is joining an exceptional family of University of Toronto alumni. U of T has a global community of more than 720,000 alumni in 200 countries. They are the university's living legacy and our greatest ambassadors. Today, we are also recognizing Gregory David for his distinguished leadership in corporate governance and his impactful philanthropy, advancing student mental health, medical innovation, and collaborative partnerships with the University of Toronto. We will hear much more about our honorary graduate in a moment. For now, let me simply observe that U of T alumni serve in leadership roles in every corner of the globe and in every walk of life. They are prime ministers, justices, scholars, authors, community and business leaders, scientists and professionals of every description. Their endeavors have shaped the world we live in and the way we understand that world. We have no doubt that the University of Toronto's high international standing can be attributed to generations of dedicated and talented faculty and staff, but we also understand that this reputation has been built by our alumni, a community that now includes each and every one of you. So to the graduating class, let me say thank you. Thank you for your many contributions to the university while you were a student. And thank you for what you will do as members of Canada's largest, and I believe most distinguished alumni community. One more word of thanks is in order. I'm sure all graduates share a sense of gratitude to the families and friends that have helped bring them to this special day. So please join the platform party and I in thanking them with a vigorous round of applause. Let me continue with a request. One of the distinguishing features of our convocation is that graduates come forward to be recognized individually to enthusiastic applause. You will then leave the stage by following the red carpet out the door and around the hall, and at that point you're going to turn left and quietly re-enter as your peers continue to be recognized. In that spirit, I encourage you to think of the very last person who will cross this stage. I believe that will be Darren Yu. Could you please stand up, Darren? So everyone remember Darren and return to your seat. It is now my privilege to invite David Palmer, Vice President of Advancement, to present our honorary graduate.
Gregory David. Gregory David is a distinguished executive and philanthropist with a career spanning decades in investment and corporate governance. He has held significant roles in financial and strategic advisory services, beginning his career with McKinsey & Company and Claridge Investments. He currently serves as Chief Executive Officer of GRI Capital, a position he has occupied since 2003, and as a seasoned corporate director serving on the boards of Dollarama and Roots Corporation. He's deeply committed to community and education. He is a member of the Board of Governors at McGill University and a past chair of the advisory board at McGill's Faculty of Law. At the University of Toronto, Gregory David's leadership and philanthropy have had a lasting and transformative impact. Through the Rossi Foundation and the David Family Foundation, he has championed student mental health and wellness, supported advances in medicine and dentistry, and fostered collaboration between the university and its hospital partners. Gregory David's contributions have been recognized with the E.P. Taylor Award from McGill University and the John B. Sterling Montreal Medal from Queen's University. For his outstanding service to the public good through visionary leadership and philanthropy that has strengthened healthcare, education, and mental health resources within Canada's universities and academic health institutions. Chancellor, on behalf of the Governing Council, I ask you to confer the degree of Doctor of Laws honoris causa upon Gregory J. David.
On behalf of the University of Toronto, and by virtue of the authority vested in me, I have the great honor and pleasure of conferring on you, as I do now, the degree of Doctor of Laws honoris causa.
Excellent. Thanks, David. Thank you. Well done.
Chancellor Hall, President Wooden, Vice President Palmer, Dean Christofferson, Dean Brown, distinguished faculty, proud families and friends, and most importantly, graduating class of 2026. Needless to say, I am deeply humbled and grateful to be welcomed into the University of Toronto community to receive an honorary doctorate at today's Rotman Convocation. The first order of business is a congratulations to all the graduates. As we all know, Rotman is one of the finest business schools in Canada, and today is one definitely worth celebrating. I know you've worked very hard to get here, and you should all feel extremely proud of your accomplishment. For most of you, as President Wooden said, I am sure that your parents, partners, and friends helped make this day possible for you. The recognition you receive here today belongs in part to them. The same is true for me. While I'm the one standing before you, this honor is not at all mine alone. I share this with the talented teams I work with at GRI Capital and the Rossi Foundation. I share it also with my parents who taught me the value of serving others. And most importantly, I share it with Mr. Larry Rossi, who founded Dollarama and the Rossi Foundation. Without he and his family's steadfast commitment to giving back to the community, none of the work we do at the Rossi Foundation would be possible. I recently marked the 30th anniversary of my own MBA graduation, and I remember what it feels like to sit where you graduates are sitting today. The relief, the pride, and also the quiet uncertainty about what comes next. So rather than offer you a long list of lessons, let me start with a short story from early in my career. About 2 years at a business school, I had the good fortune to work for a firm that had just acquired a major stake in Universal Studios. Every 3 months, I flew out to LA to meet the head of the movie studio to bring our team a read on how the business was doing. So there I was, walking the Hollywood film sets, sitting across from the person who decided which movies got made and who starred in them. It was a bit like the Seth Rogen show, The Studio, minus the chaos. I must admit, at 28 years old, it was all a bit surreal. On my first trip, the president walked me through the slate of movies for the upcoming quarter. He spoke with great confidence about the stars attached, names like Brad Pitt and Anthony Hopkins, and about how each film would perform. Once I was back home, I passed this great enthusiasm on to our team. Most of those films, however, came in well below expectations. One of them, the most expensive film of the slate, was a total flop. The next quarter, I flew back to LA and asked him about the misses. He acknowledged them, but then assured me the next set of releases, those releases, would be far stronger. So once again, I carried his enthusiasm home, and once again, the results were awful. A few duds and one modest hit. On my third visit, a little bit wary going back there, the president admitted to me that he was disappointed as well. But before long, there he was, walking me through why these upcoming releases will be absolutely incredible, telling me exactly why these films would be the ones that would break through. By then, I was a little bit wiser, not much, but a little bit. I asked him, before a film comes out, before anyone has seen it, do you actually know how it's going to perform at the box office? He smiled broadly and said, no, there's no way to know for sure which films will be a hit, but we do know that every few years, some of them will be blockbusters. And those blockbusters make all this worthwhile. His answer has stayed with me for 30 years. Here was one of the most powerful executives in the business, the best data, the best talent, telling me that the most important question about any film was completely unknowable in advance. What I took away from that experience was not cynicism, but the opposite. The value he brought was not in predicting the unpredictable. It lay in the judgment he had built over decades in the industry. He knew which scripts to back, which directors to bet on, which losses to take, and what to walk away from. While he couldn't call any single film perfectly, over a long enough horizon, his judgment moved the odds, and those odds delivered the blockbusters that made all the profit. So, experience doesn't hand you the answer. It doesn't give you certainty, and it certainly doesn't give you a crystal ball. What experience does is give you judgment. There's an old saying that good judgment comes from experience, and experience comes from bad judgment. Building good judgment takes time. It comes from putting yourself in unpredictable situations and paying attention. It comes from staying with something long enough to begin to see the patterns. And it comes from making mistakes and then doing the hard work of reflecting on those mistakes so you get back in the game a little bit wiser the next time. So here's my advice to you. Seek out new experiences. Seek out the rooms where the decisions get made, and seek out the decisions where the outcome is uncertain. And when you get something wrong, because you will, many times, we all do, just learn from it. Be fully present in all of it. And when you don't know what you're looking at, pay close attention, because there'll be a lesson hiding there somewhere that will come to you at some point in time. That is how experience compounds into judgment. and over a career. It is that judgment that actually pays. From today, very little of the academic scaffolding you've leaned on here at Rotman will stay in place for you. The slate, as they say, is about to be wiped clean. Whatever your GPA, the last exam, quite thankfully, is behind you, and the game will begin anew when you leave this hall. Of course, some of it carries forward, the discipline that brought you here, and the ideas and learning and the friends that I hope will stick with you for your lifetime. But Rotman gave you structure, clear exam dates, clear answers set out in black and white. Unfortunately, life will give you none of that. In its place, you'll rely on resilience, curiosity, discernment, the ability to read a room, the instinct to ask the right question. And when it matters, the courage to act before the outcome is certain. Because as my friend in Hollywood taught me, the answer is almost never certain. All we can do is take our best shot at things. And our shots only get better through repetition, by experiencing a series of wins and losses over and over throughout our lifetimes. As Walt Whitman said, the powerful play of life goes on, and you may contribute a verse. Your next verse begins today. I wish you all the curiosity to keep learning, the resilience to bounce back when you are wrong, and the patience to let experience compound into sound judgment. Over the long, successful careers I wish for each and every one of you, this is what will matter most. My hearty congratulations to the class of 2026.
Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you the following candidates from the School of Graduate Studies who are being admitted to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Zero Chen. Manuela Rita Collis. Daniela Turetsky. Candidates from the School of Graduate Studies who are being admitted to the degree of Master of Business Administration. Adityo Ro Abiloya Abbas. Abel Cherian Abraham. Adida Milola Adana Adileke. Oluwa Shayun Ade Sanya. Saqib Adnan. Anshul Manoj Agarwal. Devashish Agnihotri. Muassar Ahmed. Sohan Ahmed. Olanshile Damilola Aina. Jadesola James Akin Wunmi. Tujumula Abidun Akin Yeleru. Abdul Mu'min Al-Atasi. Yame Alagabe. Anushka Marie-Marthe Alexandre. Jennifer Angelulu Amu. Sarat Aremuran Vivat. Mayuresh Rita Anand. Jack Kirby Anderson. Vanati Anpalagan. Chaudhry Khurram Shahzad Anwar. Raisa Alejandra Aparicio Javier. Isha Jitindra Apti. Justin Aria. Ebenezer Asafo Ajder. Iram Atale. Aniola Ayodeji. Unje Beck. Lisa Beho. Etisham Beg. Alina Balanushkova. Emmerich Bartha. Kowebai Duadod Bedudo. Luke Bilan. Pierre Augebal. Precious Benime Rition. Sami Beidoun. Prakash Naresh Bambani. Nidhi Bandari Deseja. Venkat Bhatt. Karthik Bhatia. Mihika Baumik. Grosnika Binipal. Parsa Bondar Sahibi. Lisa Marie Bruzese. Bayi Nan Biu. Komal Budiraja. Shelley Burns. Angela Bussey. Kyla Dawn Dunlop Caners. Yifan Sao. Matthew Kassar. Luciana Catanese. Vuk Chaklich. Satvik Chandar. Sanat Kumar Chandrasekhar. Chang Hui Tse. Joshua James Chang. Akash Chattopadhyay. Sunil Jiwanlal Chauhan. Chang Hong Chen. Bridget Cherry. Chen Chi. Yiying Chang. Jason Cho. Aditya Chopra. Kanav Chopra. Emily Chow. Ming Ming Chu. Yu Cheng Chu. Angela Chua. Jean-Luc Peter Sengmars. Gareth Patrick Connolly. Clarence Cornelio. Eric Kaminsky. Michael Ettore Delimanto. Rochelle D'Souza. Alyssa Megan DaCosta. Rupal Dahia. Braden Dale. Barima Kwame Dankwa. Tohib Daramolo. John Edward Lee Deyoung. Nicole DeFrancesco. Nicole Desmarais. Karan Daliwal. Sonali Dapare. Colleen Ingrid Dickey. Kathy Dimas. Katie Dinell. Ziwei Ding. Victor DeSumo. Muhammad Downick. Matea Spindell Dupre. Janine Eckstein. Olubukola Ewadiro. Iman Fahad. Yuri Faria Ribeiro. Yunji Fang. Barbara Jean Fitzgerald. Chloe Flanagan. Michael Fortino. Andrea French. Sonal Gandhi. Jay Ramesh Gangisati. Yun Fu Guao. Maria Elisa Garcia Escobedo. Garth Anthony Gale. Maria Francesca Federe. Yuri Gil Ferreira. Anmol Preet Singh Gill. Kiarash Golarzadi. Adrian Gong. Rochelle Gopal. Jawan Gu. Veera Narayana Gondapaneni. K. Go. Weiming Guo. Aditya Gupta. Samarth Gupta. Miguel Ricardo Guzman Guerra. Niat Habtit. Zishan Heather. Juyun Julia Han. Alice Shou Ye Han. Christoph Hauser. Anki Hay. Shauna Holmes. Sarwar Hussain. Ryan Hussey. Kan Van Hoyn. Hira Ibrahim. Victor Chinime Ekike. Durga Ramya Kirtana Indukurki. Zain Iqbal. Nafisat Isa. Zulaikha Islam. Doris Kirsten Jabs. Jessica Leanne Jackson. Tanuj Jain. Ahmed Omar Jamal. Harrison Jarlett. Anirudh Jindal. Manav Kabra. Shaminder Singh Kalom. Hardik Kalia. Sonia Kalra. Sumaid Kano. Kanjo Talo Melo. Parmeet Singh Kapoor. Andy Karararaj. Harsima Kaur. Radhika Kaushik. Yogita Kaushik. Sanchit Kajriwal. Nicholas Kelly. Samuel Khalifa. Obaid Khan. Christina Khudyakova. Olga Khudo-Yarova. Shreya Kurana. Kevin Dong Uk Kim. Hyungon Kim. Alfredo Kono Hayashida. Marcello Yoshimoto Kuro. Lindsay Crute. Prashant Kumar. Druvang Pankaj Kushalkar. Brooke Patricia Lacroix. Terrence Wylap Lai. Wilson Lai. Kartikia Lakanpal. Vignesh Lakshmanan. Aviraj Singh Lal. Maz Raza Lari. Stephanie Lawrence. Luca Lazzaroni. Buddy Joseph Ledger. Joyce Yuen Ting Lee. Kobe Lee. Matthew Lee. Jinshuan Lee. David Li Yang. Wenhui Li Yang. Huawei Liao. Olakale Lepede. Chang Liu. Kevin Dongshai Liu. Sibe Liu. Jintong Liu. Yimin Liu. Yicha Lo. Yulan Lo. Adedao Emmanuel Longe. Yale Hua. Mingju Liu. Jenyi Ma. Vivian Mack. Satnam McLean. Eugene Christopher Maida. Ryan Mayer. Daniel Hangwei Mack. Mani Vanan. Anurit Kaur Man. Leslie Martinez Pineda de Miranda. Jasmine Kaur Mason. Sefer Mastor Tehrani. Ilmi Mayuni Bumi. Ariana Mazanti. Anita Imba. Anita Ugoma Maba Diwe. Cole McLean. Catherine Mackay. Ryan McNeely. Ayush Ashish Mehta. Spencer James Mellon. Chi Min. Abdulkader Muhammad. Muna Muhammad. Natalie Montoya, Stephanie Moses, Jad Muhana, Pratna Mukherjee, Ilavarasi Muturaman, Mary Adelaide Myers, Sebastian Nado Mercado, Megan Nemeth, Federico Nardi, Raim Naveed, Longtran Ming Nguyen, Tina Nan, Fanmilola Obe Mige, Dayo Oditayo, Ashkan Ogabi, Uluwatosin Ojo, Victor Onabajo, Uluwanimi Olarinko Onepede, Gergely Oprah Zabo, Maurizio Ortez Soto, Julia Maxine Upsenik, Temitope Owope, Oyeshinar Oyalade, Oluwatosin Oyatade, Shale Oze, Ashwin Padmanaman, Nicholas Paul Pagano, Danielle Pajot, Laura Palma, Annibale Panzone, Janek Parmar, Sajjan Singh Parmar, Matthew Patrick Maxwell Parsons, Christopher Alexander Peranda Validivia, Yun Cheng Peng, Delwin Savio Pereira, Timothy Fan, Anna Phillip, Xiangjin Piao, Tristan Michael Pelechi, Enoch Kingsley Quayle, Kunal Kumar Rai, Katrina Rainwood. Rhythm Raja. Bahi Ramanan. Nile Rambia. Yarong Ran. Tasleen Khan Rashid Khan. Avaz Rashidov. Shalini Rathod. Erica Joy Ray. Abdullah Rehan. Sami Rehan. Ishan Ren. Luisa Fernanda Rodriguez Reyes. Diego Alexander Romo Oliveras. Kyle Julian Rose. Cheryl Elizabeth Royer. Kewe Juan. Maxime Runge. Harkaran Singh Sachadeva. Sanjana Sachadeva. Akansha Saha. Juan Miguel Salazar Muñez. Rafael Miguel Pericad Salud. Zhao Ying Sang. Mariam Omar Sani. Amin Sarang. Jabin Scaria. Daniel Adam Schmal. Christian Schultz Wad. Manoj Sethi. Rahil Rakesh Shah. Sarah Shaiko. Prashant Shashikumar. Bilal Ahmed Sheikh. Vivian Shen. UD Shen. Tianshu Shea. Somik Shom. Yash Rajiv Shroff. Advika Shukla. Sohaib Siddiqui. Hartej Singh. Nandini Singh. Sanya Singh. Shrishti Singhal. Stephen Smith. Juan Song. Madalena Julia Sontrop. John Spears. Shreya Srikumar. Bryce Stanley. Carlo Maria Stroiser. Yanfeng Su. Prageet Sumaprakash. Catherine Hushwan Ling Sun. Annie Sun. Wanju Sun. Akshat Suri. Ram Sundaram Swaminathan. Haika Syed. Rabia Syed. Victoria Sefer. Liujian Tang. Jennifer Jane Taylor. Supun Talagalam. Theovasan Tarumaligam. Rupashiri Tirulokana Chandar. Olena Tokar. George Marshall Toriro. Fiorella Estefania Torres Nino. Ingok Tran Tran. T. Tan Nguyen Trong. Yu Chen Sie. Tadashi Sukaguchi. Wei Alice Doe. Relika Tunga. Divyank Tyagi. Cecilia Uche. Jacob Allen Udell. David Chigozi Ugwu. Mobutidem Joy Ukoabasi. Julia Valdemarin Bernier. Arti Vasudevan. Sandro Farik Velit Morielas. Jan Formak. Ajaya Madhava Rao Vijayakumar. Beena Vijay Lakshmi. Nat and Vo. Sarthi Vora. Jane Wallace. Haoyan Wan. Xu Ying Wan. Claire Dan Wang. Lorraine Gio Wang. Lo Fei Wang. Pei Wen Wang. Tony Jiniyu Wang. Yang Wan. Yijing Wang. Yu Wang. Yuchen Wang. Catherine Weber. Xiaoyu Wen. Jennifer Catherine Withrow. Christina Mikin Wong Sang. Benjamin Wenpearl. Shea Zua. Dong Zhu. Min Shu. Yan Shu. Chao Shu. Kishwan Yan. Aaron Yen. Samantha Galu Yik. Faisal Yunus Al-Fakhani. Abdurrahman Yusuf. Tanya Zachariah. Rose Zacharias. Nusrat Zahan. George Zaharidis. Muhammad Zaid. Giovanni Paolo Zapata Samenez. Anki Zhang. Qi Zhang. Andy John. Alex Zhang. Weilei Zhang. Weiwen Zhang. Zoran Zhang. Ariel Ling Jiao. Ji Yi Ye Jiao. Shuang Zhao. Shewejo Justin Zhao. Biwa Zhang. Hanwen Zhou. Hanwen Zhou. Yu Zhou. Nan Zhu. Zach Jube Zhu. Borna Zalamic. Anyi Zhou. Sao Chi. Zhu. Samuel Zuckerman. Candidates from the School of Graduate Studies, candidate from the School of Graduate Studies who's being admitted to the degree of Master of Global Finance and Master of Business Administration. Claudia Velimirovich. Candidates from the School of Graduate Studies who are being admitted to the degree of Master of Finance. Pratik Ahuja. Dmitry Benedikovich. Keswick Chu. Apurva Diawes. Ahmed Amar Salahuddin Adib. Shumeng Feng. Anjit Kumar. Pijan Lee. Zian Liu. Danielle Yulan Lo. Lin Lin Liu. Michelle McDonald. Zhangyu Meng. Raza Khan Niazi. Neil Pan. Cheng Peng. Ziwan Q. Kamran Tahir. Wei Zhu. Yang Shi. Yuting Yang. Chantokla Yin. Kian Yu. Darren Yu.
Sounds like the price is right up in here. Well done. Well done. Well, this is my 30-second convocation, and that's one way to get it out. But you can do better than that because I didn't hear the floor. Come on, I'll give you another shot. Well done, well done. Well done, that's one way to go out. On behalf of the University of Toronto and by virtue of the authority vested in me, I hereby admit all of those candidates not here present to their degrees in absentia. Let's give it up for those folks.
As we conclude Convocation, I wish to thank you all for your participation and your patience. To the families and friends and to those in the procession, let me say thank you. You have made this a more memorable event for each member of the graduating class. I would like to thank Chancellor Wes Hall for presiding over today's ceremony. I wish to thank as well the many other colleagues and friends of the university who participated in this convocation. To our honorary graduate, Dr. Gregory David, let me say that you have inspired us with your lifetime career and accomplishments, and today you have inspired us with your words. Thank you and congratulations. I now invite the Chancellor to bring today's ceremony to a close.
As I bring this convocation ceremony to a close on this, your special day, I hope we'll see you often in the years to come, and we invite you to stay connected. We will be very interested in your journey, and we know you'll make an impact for the better in whatever path you choose. Concilium dimissum est.